what's happening, everybody? Evening nice. Marty Brodeur. Come on. Let's go. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Crazy Tommy C. Coming off a little bit of illness. I apologize for not putting out Monday's episode, but I think I'm going to make it up, whether pre-recorded or live. Friday. Expect an episode of some kind. The National Hockey League restarts for the second half. This is where it starts to get good after I would say, a successful All-Star break. I don't know about the ratings yet. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I didn't watch the All-Star game. I was so happy with what I saw. Absolutely so happy with what I saw as far as the draft, which was fun, and everything else that I knew it would be spoiled by the All-Star game. I watched the Royal Rumble instead, and I wasn't disappointed because, boy, was that awful. Anything over fucking 5 goals is not interesting to me. Welcome to my crease, none other than legendary Jake Link and Chicago Dead on Dave. And we're here to talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Martin Brodeur. Of course, Marty has announced retirement, and in a little bit of a surprise move, he ends up in the St. Louis Blues office, which is a little bizarre considering Marty's family is still in New Jersey. He's always gone on in New Jersey. His
family's in Minnesota, actually. Some of his family.
The kids are still in. The kids are not in New Jersey anymore.
Some kids are. I think his older kids. One of them's going to high school in Minnesota.
Huh. That's bizarre. I didn't know that. I thought they were in New Jersey. He used to go on and on how much he loved New Jersey. Well, I didn't believe it then.
Here's the thing.
And I don't believe it now.
He's finishing out the season as an assistant GM with St. Louis. And then next season, he was Lamoriello was talking to the GM over there in St. Louis. And then next season, he will come back and he will be in the front office for the New Jersey Devils.
Where are you getting the information? I didn't see it anywhere.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
I've been seeing it all over every NJ.com, everything.
Really?
Because I was thinking there was some hurt feelings here.
Yeah, Dead on. That's a good point, because Dead on Dave said, well, here's the thing, the stuff that I read, which admittedly was an hour ago, and who knows, it could have very well changed. It's kind of bizarre. Why wouldn't he just go back to New Jersey? That doesn't make any sense. Like, if that's true, and I'm not saying it's not true.
Yeah,
but
why wouldn't he just go now?
Why wouldn't he just go now? If he's going to bag it now. And then, Dead on Dave did mention before that there might be some sort of issue there. I wondered about it when I heard he was staying in St. Louis. It almost semi-confirmed it for me that Marty wouldn't.
I felt there was since the Schneider move.
Yeah, the Schneider, and then we drafted your kid, even though he has no shot in the NHL move.
Yeah.
You looking at it now, Jake?
Yeah, it's been coming up 600 different stories, and now I can't find it anywhere.
Did you find it on WrestlingInc.com?
There you go.
It was on The Onion.
Yeah.
No.
The source for everything you need to know. Peel back the layers.
Yeah, but that's bizarre. Like, why would he do that? Well, anyway, before we get into it, Martin Brodeur is arguably one of the 3 best goalies in the world, and we had him in the last 20 years. The other 2 being Dominik Hasek and, of course, Patrick Roy.
Yeah, Tom Galletti, who's probably one of the top sources for the All Devils information. Mm-hmm. He says, from the Fire and Ice blog, Martin Brodeur to retire, join the Blues management for the rest of the season, and then return to the Devils.
That's still so
like,
weird.
Like based on what? Doesn't make any sense. I mean,
I'm going to go with it because he's a source for the Devils. I'll go with it.
Yeah.
But it's still it's weird to me. It seems like a strange thing. Why not just go now?
And then why just make something like that up? Is this guy a shithead like Greg Wyshynski?
Is he a hack?
No, I don't think so. I think it's
Why would he say that?
You know what it could be? There could be an explanation here.
Sure.
Maybe there's like a handshake deal just in case someone else goes down that he's going to stick within the organization and go back on the ice if they need him. Maybe there's something like that we don't know about.
That does make sense.
That makes a lot of sense because then he can just jump back down. But doesn't he have to go? Well, I guess look, they put that friggin' assistant coach in earlier in the year for the Ducks.
They had Arthur Survey in.
Yeah, that's true. So just in case he'll go back down there. And,
I mean, I think more or less maybe he sees the Blues being the favorite and he sees himself getting another ring. Because if you're in the organization, you
get a ring. Yeah,
that's true.
The jewels aren't as big, but you get a ring.
His stick boy and
I'm wondering if he's going to actually file his retirement paperwork. Because once he does that, I know in all other sports you got to sit out a year after you file the paperwork.
That might be why he's doing it in St. Louis and not Jersey.
Yeah, or maybe he doesn't do it. He's not going back he's not going back to the minor leagues. There's just absolutely no chance of that happening whatsoever. Oh shit, I knocked my fucking microphone out. I stepped on the goddamn thing. Listen, reflections on Marty Brodeur. If you want to call in, 718-395-7660, or Skype is for free at shot from the point, one word, shot from the point, one word, no spaces. We'd love to hear from you. Some reflections on Martin Brodeur. Like I said before, he was one of the top 3 goalies of all time, winningest goalie of all time, 5 Stanley Cup appearances, 3 Stanley Cup wins. He was in the Stanley Cup not even that long ago, 2 years ago in late 2012, after he finally got his revenge against the New York Rangers. I'm going to start off with Dave. Dave, what are your reflections on Brodeur, or opinions, or how'd you feel about him? And I don't even know what to. I mean, he retired. So fucking what? I mean.
Well, you got to reflect.
I'm going to miss him. Go ahead, but I'll tell you. I'll get to my side of the thing too. But how do you feel about Marty?
Well, you got to reflect upon greatness, and what we saw out of Martin Brodeur over almost 22 seasons was greatness. 691 career victories, 113 career playoff victories, only second to the great Patrick Waugh at 151.
Wow.
This guy was a staple of standing on your friggin' head, and he did it for a long time. He may not always done it with the most class and grace, but he certainly did it with fucking effectiveness, desire, and hunger to win. This guy's always going to be known as a great in the NHL. It was an absolute pleasure to watch him.
I'm going to miss Marty because he was one of the Ranger great villains. I don't know if he was unclassy, but he did seem aloof at times.
Aloof, that might be a better phrase.
Yeah, classy. I don't know. Marty carried himself like a professional. So he said some things, but he was never, he's sort of passive aggressive in the media. But you know what? I give all the guys, look, the media is liars, lie to them. Just lie. I don't care. I have no respect for these guys whatsoever. None of them. We'll get into that later because Greg Wyshynski's doubled down on the bragging and joking story.
What a hack.
Which just simply isn't true. I mean, he knows it. Everybody knows it. It's not true. For me, it's losing somebody from, my generation. I'll never forget when he came in the league and just tore it up. He was a high draft pick, but, goalies take a little longer to develop. He was drafted, I think,
there was actually a goalie pick before him.
Oh, God, I wonder what.
Well, what was the name of that goalie?
Trevor Kidd.
Oh, Trevor. He wasn't a terrible goalie. He was talented, but I don't think he went to Calgary. That was a problem.
One Brodeur.
Yeah, he didn't have I think so. To lose a villain of his stature, it does make the game a little less. But I think I got used to it when I was sitting in the Garden earlier in the year, and it's like, wow, Marty's not out there. When I went to a Rangers Devils preseason game, and it is unfortunate that he's gone, but we all gotta. And that's the thing, what are your thoughts and feelings? Look, what hasn't been said about Marty before? So sorry I didn't set up that question all that great, but I mean, I guess it's time to go. It's sad. It is. Yeah. I'm going to miss him.
You know what doesn't get talked about?
What?
His 2 Olympic gold medals he has, too.
Oh, that's right.
He's got 2 of them, 2002, 2010.
Did he play in both of them? I don't think he started in either of them.
Hey, he's still got 2 golds. That's 2 more than any of us have.
No, that's true.
I mean, that's just impressive, man.
The only thing is just...
Well, I got one in individual... synchronized swimming, but
in the Special Olympics. In the Special Olympics, does that count?
That's right. Yep.
But
I got my Mr. Perseverance trophy right here.
The 2000s.
I got all kinds of participation ribbons.
Yeah. Participation medals.
I got my MVP trophy for winning a freaking
eating contest. Is that a hot dog eating contest trophy?
Nathan's.
It's a hockey trophy.
It's a hockey trophy? Do you have anything from the Pinewood Derby for Boy Scouts? The Pinewood Derby.
Make my cars go fast.
I finished second place in the Pinewood Derby.
Yeah.
I did. I got a second place trophy in Pinewood Derby, and my father figured out if you take one of those square, what is that, a C battery? A C battery is a square one, right? It's like the
9 volt.
9
9
volt.
volt.
9 volt. Yeah, so it's a perfect weight for whatever the rules were at the time. And these fucking jackasses, because I was winning like every race back to back, and I guess my family didn't know anybody in the Boy Scout community. They were checking to see if it was motorized.
So you were sticking a 9 volt battery in the front. Oh my god!
No, in the front, we just put it we built it into the car itself.
Congratulations, you were John Candy in Cool Runnings. Congratulations.
What happened? I never saw it.
Oh my god, that is a great fucking reference.
What did they do? I never saw Cool Runnings.
Wow.
I never saw Cool
I was
Runnings.
gonna go with Bill Belichick of the Pinewood Derby, but
Yeah, but I mean, seriously, how would being powered actually help it? It's sliding down I don't know. Call in if you know about the Pinewood Derby.
I remember the South Park episode of the Pinewood Derby.
Did they do it? They see. I thought everybody forgot about that. I didn't even know if the Boy Scouts still did it anymore.
yeah, no,
Anyway.
they still do it.
Let's
Yeah,
get
they
back to
still do
Marty.
it.
Fuck the Pinewood Derby. We'll talk about the Pinewood Derby later. You know what? I'm going to start a YouTube channel called the Pinewood Derby channel, and and I'm going to fly around the country and go to these kids' events and look for cheaters.
And then you're gonna have to stay 50 feet away from the kids' events.
You beat me to it.
Piss them after they win the Pinewood Derby.
That's right.
I'm just picking them up. I'm just celebrating.
Yeah.
Celebrating. Yeah, I picked them up by the butt. That's okay. Hoisting them.
We
I
got to
like the
call
game. I like the game. I'm here for the sport. All right.
I got to
Don't
call.
finish-
Shut up! I got to call.
You got yelled at.
Oh God, you can't go on about the Pinewood Derby all day. Welcome to the Pinewood Derby chat. 254, you're on the air. Hello.
What does that mean?
The Pinewood Derby? Well, you were a girl, so you didn't do you never did the Pinewood Derby? Do you have a brother that did the Pinewood Derby?
No.
No. Well, here's what it is. Forget Martin Brodeur. We're talking Pinewood Derby here in the Chris. The Pinewood Derby is you get this block of wood when you're a Boy Scout, right? Or a Cub Scout too, or maybe both. Hell, damned if I know. I was always screwing around and getting in trouble. But anyway, what they do is you get this block, and you're supposed to carve out a car, and you have a certain minimum weight. You have a maximum weight requirement. And then what we did is I put a 9 volt battery, and it almost guaranteed a second place victory every year. So we were on to something. So
We're number 2.
Yeah.
What
That
did the
story of
guy
my fucking life.
to come in first though?
No, it's I don't know. We couldn't add any more weight. It was a perfectly weighed. Everybody, I remember when they put it on the scale. It were the creepy guy from Boy Scouts would be like, pretty good. You sure it's
That's
not
what
motorized?
happens when you go up against Grease Lightning.
Grease lighting. That's what I should have done. Hey, so it's you, Deb, right? Is that you,
What?
Debbie? Is that you? What's happening? What's on
That's
your mind?
me.
Who is it?
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, what's happening? I recognize your voice. What's on your mind, Deb?
You recognize her voice as the only girl. That's what he.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
What are you picking from? What pool are you picking from? The hell?
What's on your mind, Deb? We're about the fans here on the Pinewood Derby show.
Well, I'm heartbroken today.
Why's that?
Because Marty is now retired.
Oh wow. Well, do you want to talk? And talk about your feelings, and we can all share them with you. Because
No, dumbass.
why don't you like Marty?
I do love Marty.
You have to say goodbye.
I love Marty. Oh my, I love Marty too.
I
We
miss
all
Marty.
love Uncle Daddy.
I love Marty. I
Well,
love Marty.
here's the thing, Tommy. If you notice, Tommy didn't go to me because I would have just taken up the whole.
I
half
am
hour.
going to you, but we wouldn't shut up about the Pinewood Derby. That's why I was going to you, and I planned to go.
Switch formats.
It's anarchy.
Look out for the Pinewood shot from the Pinewood Derby. The Pinewood Derby episode. All right.
Oh.
Go ahead, Deb. What do you want to say?
Who else is on here? Is it Dead on Dave today?
It's Dead on Dave and my Shot from the Point live partner, because everybody snowed in New Jersey, legendary Jake League.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
Well,
go
Dead
ahead.
on Dave, you have another Hawks fan, so
Ah.
glad about that.
I see. I knew good people. I heard her voice a while back on Shot from the Point. I was like, you know what? I could tell she's goodness.
Deb,
And you are. That's awesome.
Deb, there's nothing wrong with it, but you like every damn team in the league. You're like me.
except the
No,
Bruins.
but the Hawks are my favorite, though.
Hawks are your favorite.
I don't blame you.
But
They're
you like the
pretty awesome.
Stars as well, because that's the closest team to you, right?
What? Say again?
You like the Stars as well, because that's the closest team to you, right?
No, they're like number 5 or something.
They're 5.
Deb, what I want you to do, I want you to message us. I want you to put a list of your favorite teams from top to bottom, and we're gonna post this. Okay? I'll post it on our Facebook.
The Deb top 5.
Deb's power rankings, week
Yeah.
1.
Dude.
Deb's,
That'll take a while.
Coming up in your top 5, dropping out of the number 4 spot, the the Philadelphia Flyers for the recent hit on Chris Letang.
This week we have the DPR, the Deb power rankings.
Oh my God, do not talk to me about the Flyers right now.
Yeah, I know you're not happy with the Flyers. Hey, listen, what is?
That's another thing.
Go ahead.
Frickin' Ronaldo should have got at least 10 games.
At least 10. I think,
Well, yeah.
8, 10. You're splitting hairs then.
Get that savage out of the game.
What's the what? Here's the thing. I knew he wasn't going to get more than that because they never give him more than that unless it's Rafi Torres in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think the thing is consistency, and Brendan Shanahan's gone, and I have a feeling we're going to see a little more than that. Unless you kill somebody, you're probably not going to get more than 7 games. Yeah. It's just the way it's going to be.
Well, he did forkload a crap ton of money, so I'm happy about that.
Well, Ronaldo doesn't make serious cash. I mean, I don't think he makes over $1 million. I'd be a little surprised.
That's why losing that many game checks is going to really affect
that
him.
actually hurts him a little bit. You know, you lose over $10,000 when you're making 100 is a couple hundred that's a pretty much big dent to the wallet. We're going to get into him later because I just want to bash Wyshynski for fucking lying and nobody calling him out about it. But do you have any special memories? What's your favorite memory of old Marty before he leaves and says goodbye?
Well, I liked the first game when he was a St. Louis Blue.
Yeah, he lost that
even
one.
Though St. Louis is my mortal enemy because I'm a Hawks fan.
Because they're a Hawks fan.
It's hard to hate St. Louis, though.
The
Blues, not the Cardinals.
I think I think they can win the Stanley Cup this year.
They're a tough team, man. They play with a lot of grit, too. I like
my
them.
prediction. Mm-hmm. All right, Deb. Well, here's what I'm going to do now. After I segue after this call, we're going to talk a little more about the Pinewood Derby. And I'm going to ask Jake Link, because Jake Link is a lifelong Devils fan, on how he feels about Martin Brodeur. What do you think? You think that's a good one?
Before I go, did you hear about Mike Richards?
Yes. I was going to bring that up.
It's so bizarre that somebody that was such a big part of the 2012 has just never picked it up. He cleared waivers. So
clears waivers. That's incredible.
God, he was a big part of that
Nobody's
team.
going to want him because of the cap hit.
Yeah, and
he's a big cap hit.
He's also a big reason why they're not he's not producing, and he's another big reason that they're fighting for a playoff spot. I mean, they really look to a guy like that to produce, and he's just, I don't know what happened.
He'll go to Edmonton.
Yeah, that'd be a good place for him. He like Scott Gomez himself or something, you know. He was really good, and then I don't know what happened. Maybe
people just fall off. It's weird.
I don't know when they fall off like this. I'm not saying this. I'm just going by experience. Kevin Stevens, when guys fall off like this and just stop producing out of nowhere, you usually hear about a drug problem.
That's true.
I'm not saying that that's the case.
I was thinking Scott Gomez had one when
I wondered about that myself. Hey, Deb,
Who was
I gotta
his
go.
line mate when he was kicking ass? Was it Voinov by any chance?
No, Voight. I don't remember. I'll be
because if it was, maybe it's subtraction of a teammate that he trusted. I mean,
who knows? Hey, Deb, I got a Frenchie Ben on the line. I'm going to take him. All right. Thanks for calling in, Deb.
Okay.
Take care. Bye.
Hi, Deb.
Deb, our only female.
Our
fan.
female demographic.
Frenchie Ben. You got opinions on Martin Brodeur?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. What do you have to say?
And first of all, I want to say bravo for your review of the Rumble. It was the best, worst show I've ever seen.
Ain't my show. It was.
And when Cronin was dismissing all of his callers, it was awesome.
That's why I listen.
It was quite crazy.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much today, but about Marty Brodeur, you know, you're facing a great player when they change rules because of you.
Very good
point. Definitely.
Very
and
good
the
point.
trapezoid is the Marty Brodeur rule.
You know, that's a good thing. Marty grew up, probably the greatest stick handler prior to Marty Brodeur was Ron Hextall, and Marty grew up watching Hextall handle the puck. Of course, Hextall was the first goalie in the NHL to score a goal. I think first in the playoffs and in the regular season. Back to back.
Smith, maybe?
Yeah. And Marty looked at that, and it was just not like it didn't really matter if you handled the puck all that well. Marty made it, not only did he get the trapezoid rule change, he made it mandatory for these guys to be skilled puck handlers, where it wasn't emphasized. It was such a weapon. Hey, Jake, doesn't Marty have the most assists of any goalie ever?
I'm almost positive it might be some goalie from like the 30s, just before
check Grand Fiore.
I think it was Grand Fiore.
Maybe Belfort too.
Oh, good one. Okay, Jesus, everybody's on.
I know Marty's up there now.
Yeah, Marty's got to be up there.
Actually, no, it's not. It's not Grand Fiore. It's actually Tom Barrasso.
Really?
Eh?
Yeah,
I never remember him being.
I had to fucking dig deep for that. If you look it up, it is Tom Barrasso.
Tom Barrasso was a damn good goalie, though. I mean,
he played with Lemieux, Francis, and Jagger. So
yeah. Well, he played in Boston for a long time too, right?
In Boston? No. I don't think so.
Tom Barrasso? No, that's right. He played that.
Buffalo.
I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm thinking he played. He had the Pittsburgh Penguin champion. He won back-to-back cups, if I'm not mistaken. He's got to be in the Hall of Fame round, right? Tom Barrasso?
I don't think so.
No.
If he's not, he's going to be.
He was a late bloomer.
I think he is.
Yeah, I think he might be. He was a late bloomer too. He's one of these goalies that kind of really made his mark late in his career, had a little dip, and then right before he retired, if I remember correctly, he had an impact. He was definitely an impact player. Going back to Marty though, trapezoid. I mean, they changed the game. It really didn't have that. They didn't get the goal scoring explosion they expect. They always expected by making that rule, but you can't go in the corners. Interesting enough, they never did change it in international play. But no,
because there was no Marty.
That was yeah. You know what, Ben? That was a really good point. I mean, that really testifies the guy's greatness. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave you today. I want to hear what Jake has to say about Marty.
Okay. You want to stay on the line for it, or you hang it up? Is that what you're saying?
I can if you want.
You know what? I think hang up because I want to put his facial reaction on, and I can't do that with you on the air. So you'll have to listen to it because I want to see Jake when he.
Tom Barrasso, 40. Tom Barrasso had 48 assists.
All right, Frenchie Ben. Thanks for calling in. Good call as always.
Okay, bye guys.
Take care.
See you later, man.
God, I'm a little out of it. If you haven't noticed, I don't have the fire because I think I may have fought off the flu because my wife definitely has it because I was feeling really sick and hot yesterday, but it seemed to have broken. But I don't have the energy I used to. Jake
White
Link,
blood cells, man. I'm telling you.
the guy probably who inspired you to be a hockey fan, guy who brought you 3 Stanley Cups. You refer to the Prudential Center quite accurately, in my opinion, as the house that Marty built. How does Martin Brodeur's retirement affect you, sir?
Of course, it affects me. It goes to show. I'm staring the barrel of 30 next week.
Oh.
It just goes to show that I'm getting old, and it's. Here comes the music. The past 3 years, you being a Yankees fan, you've watched Mariano Rivera retire, you've watched Derek Jeter retire, and now we're seeing our very own Martin Brodeur retire, who, like Ben said, changed the rules of the game, changed the game. And if you ask me, he actually solidified, and made Jersey somewhat relevant as a hockey state. You know?
What do you think?
He's the reason that I put pads on and I stand in front of the net. He's the reason that I decided I wanted to learn how to stick control as a goalie. He's the reason for a lot of the things that.
Go on, Jake.
A piece of my childhood, like today, it's just gone. And when I saw him walk off the ice last year, that last game of the season against the Boston Bruins, I had a tear in my eye.
Aw, that really
I had
is.
a tear in my eye.
Well,
You know what? That's absolutely right, Jake. And you have every right to feel that way. I felt the same way when Banks just died. It's okay to love somebody. To love a sports guy. I'm proud of you, Jake. Good sharing.
I mean,
Jake.
I mean, look, I'm gonna.
What
shift
a
over
bunch
to the
of
computer.
pussies work for me.
Look at this. Look at this. It's practically a fucking shrine on a 30-year-old man who fucking has a fucking shrine to a man who stops pucks. Look at all this. A bunch of autographs. I have his rookie card hanging up. I have signed shit from him. You know? All over the place.
Yeah. Sure enough. Well, I want to say something. In all seriousness, Marty, we're really gonna miss you. You're a great heel, I suppose, in the wrestling terms. You're a spectacular goalie, and as a Ranger fan, I think whether they admit it or not, we're missing a big part of Ranger history as well as Devil history. Thanks for building hockey up in my home state. See, this is how you do it. You get right to the point, Jake. You don't fucking cry like a baby.
He's trying not to cry. Leave him alone.
Thanks for building hockey in my home state and bringing. Probably there's a lot. Johnny Gaudreau and all the players from New Jersey that really probably owe their influence to you. And for that, I will play this.
Metal behind the net. Swings it in front. Defend Metal. And the Rangers have one more hill to climb, baby. But it's Mount Vancouver. The Rangers are headed to the final.
Hey, Tommy, did I have that clip in HD?
No, they didn't.
Why don't they have that clip in HD?
Yeah, I don't know, because it's audio, you big dummy.
No, the sounds. It sounds very old.
Yeah. Well, it was on the radio. It was Howie Rose, because if most people don't know, Sam Rosen blew the call, if you remember correctly. You never met Sam Rosen blew the call. He Tikkanen. He said that Tikkanen scored, and actually, it was a difficult call because if you look real close, it looks like Matteau actually makes a pass, but it goes from to Marty's legs, bounces in the goal. But he got his revenge. I don't know how Marty could look.
Yeah.
I imagine he's probably in pretty bad shape right now. I mean, I imagine it really does kind of suck.
I hope Stefan Matteau's son scores a wraparound goal on.
He's
on
not going to even
Lundqvist.
be on the Devils by the time he gets his career going.
He's still a good prospect. They still
He's
talk
decent.
about him.
He's a high draft. He's like what, second round, right?
First round.
Oh, he's first round overall.
Yeah.
He's not going to be on the Devils. They'll deal him. You see. You'll watch. You watch. He's not the guy you're going to hang in franchise. He's not Connor McJesus. Deb brought it up before. We're doing some overtime tonight because I'm going to make up for yesterday a little bit, and this is a pretty good episode. 718-395-7660. Shot from the point. Call me if you want to, and see if I can actually pay attention long enough. The suspension of one Zach Ronaldo. I'm gonna hit Dave first. Game good, not good. What do you think?
Well, the 8 games don't do anything for me, but for a guy who's not making a ton of cash, $78,172. God damn it! $73,170.72 in salary is what he will be missing, and that kind of makes me smile. But this is a fucking monster to me, and it's one of the most egregious hits I've ever seen in my life. It was absolutely disgusting, and Letang might not be the same the rest of the fucking year, but this guy gets 8 games and gets to walk. I hope he does it again, and I hope they fucking get him out of the league.
They won't.
That's
won't.
what I'm hoping
I don't
for.
think there's anything in the NHLPA that says you can do that.
I want him out.
Kick
I want
him
him
out
gone.
of the league. The only thing they could do is file criminal charges. And
I want him gone. He's an animal. I want him gone.
There's probably worse guys than him, I'll be honest with you.
Right now he's an animal. To me, animal. Gone.
Jake Link,
Bye.
what do you think?
Honestly, the guy's an animal. Just I feel like I'm repetitive about probably every other Philadelphia Flyer. They seem like that they always have a behavioral problem.
Have a behavioral problem.
But he's like you said, the hit was a dirty hit. He's in the numbers, and then after the fact, he's gloating, saying that that hit was a game changer. We won the game because of that.
He was not gloating.
I don't think he was gloating, but he certainly was remorseless.
Wyshynski. He was absolutely and 150% remorseless. They didn't have to lie and say he joked. They didn't have to lie and say he bragged. The fact of the matter is, he was even worse. He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
It was very
that's what I'm saying.
sociopathic.
Which is
yeah,
worse.
It was,
Yeah,
Yeah, it was sociopathic.
Lack of empathy.
954. We are on the air.
What's going on?
Roy from Florida. How are you,
it's
sir?
my boy.
My boy Roy. What's on your mind? What do you think of Marty Brodeur?
Who the hell cares? I got something.
Hey, was that you that broke down the glass at your kid's hockey game?
who the fuck cares, man? He's not Tuukka Rask.
Ain't no Timmy Thomas.
Yeah.
What's on your mind,
man.
Paul?
I ain't going to the president.
What's on your mind, Paul? Roy,
Roy.
excuse me. I'm sick. Sorry.
His wife.
What's that? Hey,
Oh,
what's happening?
shit. Roy's wife. What's going on?
What's going on, Roy's wife?
Nothing. I always think that guy's Artie Lang when I hear his voice.
Who, me?
No.
Me?
Dead on
Dave, I
Dave.
guess?
Dave's from
Dave,
Chicago.
yeah.
I sound like Artie Lang?
Yeah, Dave's.
Yeah.
Artie Lang grew up a town over from me.
Yeah, you're Chicago Artie Lang.
I'm from the Midwest. How the hell do I sound like Artie Lang?
I like Artie
You
Lang.
kind of do like with that Midwest twang. I guess I
Ah.
can see. I can hear it.
Okay. Hey,
I don't know.
I've had worse comparisons.
So what's on your
Yeah,
mind,
Lord.
Roy's wife? What's on your mind?
Huh?
What's on your mind?
Grow Bruins.
Go Bruins. Hooey hooah hooah.
Did I tell you that my brother lives in Maine?
Yeah. So, Tommy,
How do you
Yeah,
put
yeah.
up with your husband?
What? Say it
How do
again.
you put up with Roy?
He's
We
funny.
just hang up on him.
We hang up on him a lot, actually.
I think it helps that we
Yeah.
don't have to sleep with him.
I try not to also.
I try to.
do you like hockey, Roy's wife?
What?
Do you like hockey? Do you watch the games with them?
Yes. Our 6-year-old plays.
Are you
Oh,
from
nice.
Massachusetts as well?
No, we're from upstate.
Oh,
My
you're from-
brother lives in New Hampshire.
Oh, okay. So you guys are New Englanders in general. So your 6-year-old plays? God, I wish I have a 6-year-old too, and I'd love to get her on the ice, but my financial situation doesn't allow it.
Well,
Hey,
he's not on a team yet either. We can't afford it either.
yeah. Sometimes you got to pull together, and it's a pain in the
Hockey
neck.
equipment's expensive.
Well, here's the
man.
thing.
Thanks for fun. When
he-
people say, "What do you want for your birthday?" we say hockey money.
Oh, really? That's good stuff. I like that. That's really good. Here's what I would do if I were you. I would take that kid into a closet and put a Halloween mask on and to tell him this is what happens if you want to be a goalie, and then open the closet door real quick, put a flashlight under your wrist, and then scare the ever-living hell out of him, and he'll never want to be a goalie, and you'll save a lot of money that way. That's what I think.
go.
Oh, you sound like Roy. He doesn't want him to be a goalie.
No, it's just too much money. You can't.
Tuukka.
Yeah, I love my kid to be a goalie. I'm going to tell him right now. You cannot be a goalie. That's you simply cannot be a goalie. I can't afford it.
I like watching
That's
hockey,
why
but it's cute.
That's why I'm keeping my pads.
Actually, maybe that's what I should do. Is I should use his channels. Like, if you watch my channel, you'll be making money for my kid to play hockey. That's not
There you
bad.
go.
Yeah, I could probably do it that
Do you
way.
know Steven Kampfer, who played with the Bruins?
Kempfer? What was his name?
Steven Kampfer.
I can't remember. No, I don't
He
remember.
doesn't play with the Bruins anymore. Oh, okay.
No, I don't remember. No. How old are you guys? If you don't mind me asking. You don't have to tell me your
I'm
exact.
59 and Roy's 41.
Oh, okay, you guys are around my age. All right.
Why?
I'm just nosy as fuck.
He's just a nosy
Don't
guy.
you want to?
genuine-
Don't you want to tell a guy living halfway across the world how old you are?
Why? Where are you?
I'm in Germany.
Both Tommy and I are in Germany, yeah.
I'm in New Jersey.
Really?
Yeah. I'm an ex-soldier.
Yeah,
So,
we're both prior military.
yeah, and I did some time over here. I got in a little trouble, and then I can't leave.
So where's the picture of the other guy on there?
because I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause
No,
the
yeah, because
guy-
you're on the phone. I got to flip it so I don't expose your
Oh,
numbers.
He always sounds like Art. Every time I walk in the garage, I think it's Artie on there.
Yeah, you think?
So Roy has to listen to the show in the garage. Is this Roy's dirty little secret? It's
It's
like, what are you doing, Roy? Nothing.
Go to your room.
The garage, I wouldn't be married to him. Difficult.
Yeah, he has to clear his browser history of shot from the point and porn.
All
All right. I gotta let this thing go because it's 11 o'clock my time, so I gotta probably finish up, and we're gonna go to. Well, at least us in Germany are gonna go to bed. But thanks for calling in, ma'am. You have a good one.
Go Bruins.
Go Bruins. Go Bruins. I
And
think.
remember, their son is registered at Sports Authority for his birthday.
Jesus. All right, getting back to Zach Ronaldo. Thanks, Roy and Roy's family. Big loyal listener. Whenever I miss a show or get sick, he always has some comment like, "Oh, my personal favorite was the one yesterday, dirtbag." You know, fuck you. You know, if I don't. So, but you know, it's better to have people that will call you names when you're too sick to work than not to listen at all. So, I mean,
that's love.
There's two ways to look at that, I suppose.
I just wonder how high Roy gets when he listens to this show.
He must. That's why we should send out free weed for us people to listen to us. You know?
You must be this high to ride this show.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, yeah. Who did I talk to about Zach? It was Dave. So what do you think, Jake?
We both got our thoughts.
You both got it? Yeah. Well, here's the thing. The guy probably should have got 30 games. I got to be honest with you. I don't have a problem with the hit as much as I do the fact of history. Look, he was right about one thing. You could friggin' probably break down frame for frame every hit and find some kind of illegal thing about it. But this really didn't apply. This is very clear cut. So, I mean, I don't know. There's also
such a weak argument.
Yeah, it is a weak argument. And the thing is, it doesn't matter because he has a history of this shit. You know, I mean, I could totally believe it's like, you know, you do something on the ice and it's clearly illegal, and you might not, because of your perspective, the first person perspective, not known you done it until you looked at the camera. I totally believe that. I totally can grasp that.
It didn't look like that was one of those plays, though, man. It really didn't.
I don't think he did it. I think he wanted to hit him, but he just so I was like, well, I know what I'll do. I'll go to the upper part of the shoulder, and that won't count as the numbers, which it really still does. It's still from behind.
How many times has this guy been suspended? 11 times?
Yeah,
he's been in the league 3 years, Tommy. He's 24 years old.
Yeah.
This is insanity. Rafi Torres he was around for a while with his suspensions.
Yeah, and he also knocked it
Zach
off.
Ronaldo's a young kid, and he's doing this. This is scary for the growth of the game. This is not what we want out of these young kids.
No, I will say this, but it's just like, all right. I mean, yeah, he should have got 30.
Man.
Look, you know what it is? The guy should have got 30 games. Absolutely. Yeah. The guy should have got at least 30 games. And that's what I was reasonable. You know, if Rafi
Torres should be out for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
you know what?
But you know what? The NHLPA, and this is where they're absolutely
never let
stupid.
it happen.
They'll never let it happen because what they're afraid of, I think, is the and maybe legitimately because the media influences these.
Yeah,
I'm actually surprised.
Precedent.
Yeah, the media influences there. It sets it. Well, they don't want them gunning for guys that they don't like or that are active in the union. So if somebody gets a questionable hit that would normally get 2 games, they're giving them 10 or 20. Or 30, or kicking them out of the league because they sit on the NHLPA. Ask Gump Worsley about his activity with the union and how the NHL owners behave to that. That's something I always want. Actually, I never get a chance to bring up Gump Worsley, but this is a guy that was basically persecuted by the NHL owners because of his interest in union politics, which were really important to protect some of the players. So I think that's why they don't want to give the owners that kind of power. But at the end of the day, they're going to have to come up with something, or they should come up with something. They don't have to, I suppose. But
I guess the good news is that Crystal Tang will be back on the ice tonight. It looks like.
Oh, that's great.
That's a silver lining.
That's good stuff.
He didn't get hurt severely.
Crystal Tang is no pussy. He's going to play probably before he should. I mean, that's just the way he's built. That's the kind of man he is.
I had a stroke and he's back.
Yeah, the thing that keeps getting me is Wyshynski has doubled and tripled down on this joke and bragging thing. He simply made this up. And I think some reporters have actually said something to him because he didn't brag. He didn't joke.
No.
He simply was unapologetic and cold. The fact, it's so funny. You take a look at liberals. It's what you think rather than what you do. Like to him, it was almost the phrasing of a fact. What I did changed the outcome of the game, which was absolutely 100% true. It's not nice, but it's true. And he turns that into he's laughing and joking around. Which is a lie. Which is a lie.
It's there because he's trying to drive his agenda that hockey's violent and these guys are friggin' animals. The funny thing is, he could have made that statement without going to that because the fact is he was a remorseless friggin' goon about it.
He didn't joke. And you know what I noticed too? When I played that clip, I got that from NJ.com, and you notice they didn't censor the F word out of that, which I found a little weird.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, did they trying to pour this on a little more? Maybe like why do they always censor the F word? And especially in a major newspaper like that. He was like, fuck, man, imagine if I didn't do what I do. I got to be honest with you. It probably did change the game because the Penguins weren't really able to deal with it.
Oh, it certainly did.
Yeah, it did. But I mean, to me, that's just remorseless. And
it's classless.
Why lie? Why lie? And then Wyshynski's got to be in fucking denial right now. He's running around saying he lied. He wrote 2 blogs today, 2 blog posts, doubling and tripling down on something that simply isn't true.
The guy's a hack.
Oh, God, he's awful. I don't know why he gets so
absolute
upset.
hack.
347, you're on the air.
What's up, Frank from Staten Island?
Yeah, Frank from Staten Island. What's happening?
Not much. It's not really that much news or whatever. But all I gotta say is if the Rangers do not beat the Islanders tonight,
What are you going to do?
Another upset like 2 weeks ago, I'm gonna put my foot through the TV.
Would you take a picture of it?
Yeah, take a picture of it.
Yeah,
You might want to.
awesome.
You can give me. I'll make a video of me putting it through the TV.
Make a Vine? Yeah.
Bandage up your foot now, buddy.
Send that shit to me first, and I'll break it, and then I'll make a lot of money on it. I puts his foot. Yeah, dude. If you do it, please get that to me.
If I did that, I'll do something.
I'll tell you what. If you put your foot through the TV, and you get it to me first before you upload it, and you have to give me property. You have to let me own it, right? So I can make money on it.
Tell you what, I have 3 TVs at my house that I need to get rid of. I'll give you one of my TVs if you do it.
If you do it, you put your foot through the. Watch him get
You gotta
electrocuted.
come.
I'll do it.
Watch him get electrocuted. We'll all go to jail.
They're shitty TVs though. But-
Shit, Tavares is coming off of a 4-goal All-Star game. You might
Oh,
wanna be
big
careful.
deal. I could have scored a goal in that game.
It's going to be like the home run derby. He's going to be swinging for the fences always.
Big
He
fucking
burned
deal.
himself out.
Big fucking deal. Well, the Rangers. I think the Rangers are going to come out a little fired. They after they played the Islanders and they played the Jackets. The Jackets kind of pushed them around a little bit, and they did push back. I expect the Rangers to come out and for a big game because I think they believe they're contenders. So, but you're going to have to beat the Islanders because USA Today reports that they think the Islanders have the pieces to be a Stanley Cup contender. Do keep in mind that Kyle Oposo's not playing tonight, and we're going to see that he's a big part of that production. I got to go.
Here's another thing: Halak, Tavares, all had to fly in practically last second because of the weather.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's with all their equipment.
And the Rangers only had 2 guys, 1 guy in the All-Star game, right?
Yeah, Rick Nash.
Yeah, Rick Nash.
Update on Okposo. He could be out 6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 on Oposo. Jeez.
6 to 8.
He's a big part of that team. Well, we're going to see what they're made of because, injuries are part of championship teams. I don't think this is the Islanders' year, but I think they're going to let everybody know this year that they're for real.
Hey, Frank, what is your opinion about Martin Brodeur?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh, as a Rays fan? I mean, when he was on the Devils, obviously I didn't like him, but, he's a good goaltender. I can't take nothing away from him.
Nah, he's really great.
And, I would like to see him play more because, he still has it. I mean, not as much as he had it, obviously, in his prime, but he can still go.
I don't think he's not a National Hockey League goaltender anymore. Man.
Really?
I really
not
believe
anymore.
that, yeah.
Not anymore.
I believe that.
But I think
He's
he has
certainly not a
couple games
starter.
left in him.
Yeah.
No, he's not a starter.
I mean, maybe he could be a solid 3 on somewhere, but if he couldn't be a solid 3 on St. Louis,
a guy his age can't be a 3. He's just stealing
That's
a
what
spot
I'm
away.
saying. It's,
Yeah, look, you're stealing a spot away from a minor league kid. It's not even right. Let somebody else play.
You know what's funny? It's for some odd reason it sticks out in my head. We were talking about Marty to Harrison Mooney, and he said, he's gonna be like Brett Favre if he doesn't. And this is 2 years ago. Here he is. He's like Brett Favre.
Well, he has to come back 7 more times before he's Brett Favre.
Uh-huh.
No, I think Marty's done.
I think he's done. Yeah.
I think Marty's done. He just he doesn't feel it. You know what it is? You know what it is? Like he probably feels like everything's like I do. I feel I'm in great shape. I know. Yeah, I'm 42, but I'm in great shape, and I don't feel any different than when I was 15. But when he goes to make that quick say, it's just wait a minute. That didn't happen before. I used to be faster. I feel fine, but it's not faster, and that's really what it is. Believe me.
Once again, Father Time goes undefeated.
Yeah, I'm only like 4 or 5 years younger than Marty. I know how you feel. And it went a lot sooner with me because I wasn't a fucking professional athlete. What is your most memorable moment about the great Martin Brodeur?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably when we lost in the conference finals.
Conference finals? You know mine is?
The Scorpion save?
Yeah, Scorpions. That's up there.
Yeah. But one more thing about Brodeur.
Sure.
You know, if he knew he was only gonna have like 6 more games left in him, you know, I would have just stayed with only playing for New Jersey.
Yeah, but
I don't know if that option was there for him, buddy.
But we're a little suspicious, although we're certainly not reporting it, that him and Lou broke up on some bad terms.
Yeah.
I'm a little suspicious.
That's the way I see it. Because
Lou and I already told, it's already been like reported on several different sources that Lou is still in contact with the general manager of the St. Louis Blues, and they were going back and forth. And
it's so weird.
Isn't that? I mean, that feels like
weird.
that would be some kind of tampering.
Yeah, I understand they're in the Western Conference, but you know that's a story in itself. I tell you what, Jake, you stay on that story. You
know what? Did you hear this about Lou Lamoriello?
What's that?
Did you hear? Well, he was being sued for $2 million from the former owner of the Prudential Center, but I guess they did some firings, and he positioned himself in the lobby, and when the people were coming out, Lou was sitting there laughing at them as they were carrying all their stuff out.
Are you? Wait, where did you get that? That's a crazy story too. What?
Yeah,
laughing.
He's losing it. He's losing it.
Looks like we got a new sweet Lou, huh? Jesus.
That's why I tweeted. I go. Lou Lamoriello should be on The Apprentice, so when they get fired, he should just be in the lobby laughing at them.
Can you imagine that? Ha ha ha! Get your car out of here! Ha ha! Yeah, get your car, take it out of here. This is my place. Ha ha ha! Ha.
You better hurry up before I get one of my 3 coaches to escort you out the building.
Hey, you know, I used to work as a security guard, and I had to escort people out, and I wasn't the best security guard in the world because I wasn't even old enough to drink yet, and I didn't give a fuck about anything. But there was this guy that I had to do it, and it usually went pretty smooth. You just walk the guy to their car and make sure they didn't come back with a gun or what have you. And sometimes there's like every so often people cried and stuff, you know. And I was always pretty like, you know, I didn't see being a tough guy was such a great thing to do. So I was in an office where somebody was taking out his stuff, and I was told to escort him. He already pretty much started by the time I got there, and there was another man in there, and I thought it was his friend. You know, I thought the guy was his friend. He was just sitting there quietly, and I always kept my mouth shut because I just didn't want to do anything to piss these people off. I mean, I'm more than likely I could kick their ass because they're middle aged and corporate hacks. But I definitely didn't want to pour it on. Well, anyway, so the guy gets his stuff out, and he looks at me and says, "I'm ready." And I said, "Okay, let's roll as politely as possible." And the guy who had been sitting there, this balding guy, I guess he was in the late 40s, early 50s, and he walks up to him, real short guy, and he walks up to the guy while his stuff is in his hands, right? And he says, "I told you I'd be here longer than you."
Ooh.
And there was just like, I mean, my eyes popped out of my head. I was like, wow. And he dropped the shit in his hands and punched the fucking guy straight in the mouth. You know what I did? Nothing. Oops. 42 to 43. We have a situation. And the guy was screaming for help, and I was like, observe and report. I acted like it's funny because, well, first of all, I shouldn't have got involved anyway because I'm not a cop. Second of all, I enjoyed watching a guy get punched, and the only
good job, Paul Blart.
The only thing that I did was I said the only thing I did. That's not my job. Fucking getting it. Because the fucking guy could have sued me into the ground. And I just said, don't do it. You're going to go to prison. Please stop. You're going to. That seemed to help. But otherwise, I thought it was great. I didn't give a shit. Any other memories from Martin Brodeur? Frank?
No, besides him being an asshole.
Well, here's mine.
Metal behind the net. Swings it in front. He scores!
Always remember that one.
Metal!
That sticks in my head.
Metal! And the
Take care, Frank.
Have one more hill to climb, baby. gonna smoke Vancouver. The Rangers
are headed to the finals.
Good for
Sorry.
them.
Good for them.
Jake's like, I was barely alive then. You think I care?
How old are you then, Jake?
I was in 3rd grade.
Oh, you were that? Oh, I thought you were a little bit younger.
older than that.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't even hit puberty yet. There you go.
Yeah.
Jack and Crosby says that Ronaldo wasn't very apologetic,
No shit.
and that reinforced Wyshynski's argument that he was joking and bragging. Apparently, somehow. The other thing I wanted to point out, this is this weird article, and then we're going to bag it because we almost did an hour. What did it say? It was an article on the way to get rid of NHL goons.
I saw that. That was fucking weird.
Yeah. Let me throw some light on this. Now, certainly, I'm not a lawyer. Okay, basically, another webpage up here. Oh no, it doesn't. This thing works half the time since I got the new computer. I don't understand that shit at all. Obviously, this guy. His name is what's his name? Ketz. Who is this boob? Ketz Corner. All right, he comes up with this ingenious. Well, I guess it's just some fucking blog. Then it's not some reporter. But he essentially comes up with an idea for all the general managers to get together and identify, I guess, problem children. And then what he does is they just kind of collectively do not re-sign these guys. That's one of the way to start the goon problem, which wouldn't stop the problem because there's always guys in the minor leagues looking to fill agitator roles and tough guy roles and what have you. But another thing crossed my mind. I'm not a freaking lawyer, but isn't that illegal? Isn't that a collusion? I mean, if the NHLPA has it in their collective bargaining agreement that the owners can't collude, a la Major League Baseball in 1987, that's like a crime. It's not like a federal crime or anything. But I mean, like, I don't know, just like reporters are so dumb. That's collusion, right, Dave?
I mean, the way that you're describing it certainly seems like it is, but I mean, it's kind of hard to prove unless it's outwardly. There has to be some really hard evidence.
Well, it did in Major League. Well, yeah, you can take it. The thing
be.
is, you can take them to federal court if it's in the freaking collective bargaining. You can take them to federal court because it's in. It covers.
We got to find out if it is collectively bargained or not. If it is, then yeah. But here's the thing: there's a more effective way to do it. You simply tell your scouts what to look for, and that's it.
Yeah.
You tell your scouts what to look for, what they're scouting for each individual team. That's how you do it.
Here's the ugly truth: edgy players, those kind of tough grinders that you need. You need them. They're going to take more suspensions than regular guys. Now there is a limit. But I mean, that's the thing. You were talking about. Look, and I got to be honest with you, from a what's the most watched must-see game that we know of so far going into the regular season? It's going to be Penguins Flyers. I mean, it's literally must-see TV. Now, I mean, I don't think that Chris Letang almost losing his fucking career or his life should help to promote the game. But let's face it, they still yell Potvin sucks at the Garden. That shit happened in 1978. I was 2 years old when the Potvin situation happened. What was his name? Brad Park, I think it was. Was taken out. Was it Brad Park? No, it was some Swede. I can't remember. I'm really fucking tired. I mean, in some ways, the injuries tell the stories for what makes hockey great. I mean, there is that. Now, I mean, I'm saying these guys shouldn't be punished or even thrown out of the league if they continue to act crazy. But I mean, it's you're gonna have players walking the edge. They're gonna get suspended. It's just that simple. You can't. I don't think you can flush that out of the game unless you flush hitting out of the game. Yep. And I don't think anybody really wants that. Look how good the All-Star game was.
Oh, that thing was unwatchable.
God, yeah, I didn't. You know what? I didn't want
29 combined goals.
I figured if it was any fucking good, I enjoyed the weekend. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed the skills. The Phil Kessel fat ass skate against Tyler Seguin was fun to watch. The friggin' fantasy draft was a riot. I had a really entertaining weekend, but it's just contact sport All-Star games are awful.
Yeah, when you watch a hockey game and you get the same score as an intramural softball game, something's wrong. It doesn't feel right.
Well, great.
Does not feel right.
Well, great job today, guys. I really appreciate you being on. We did a whole hour, which I didn't expect, but and thank you very much to all the callers that had really Frenchie Ben, Frank the Prank in Staten Island, Deb in Texas, and none other than Roy and Roy's wife in Florida. It's Roy from Florida.
Well,
We really appreciate you calling in. And make sure you like and share. Show you care. Like and share. And maybe we can get me more money. Because I finally think I figured out how to take the money out of my YouTube account. I'm working with somebody right now to figure that shit out. So, like I said, like and share, show you care. If you like Shot from the Point, normally Monday through Thursday during the season, 4:30 Eastern. This is In the Crease with Tommy C. We usually do at least a half an hour, but we let the callers dictate it from time to time. So we kind of made up for yesterday's episode. And don't forget the Mothership Show with legendary Jake Link, Jeff the Newsman Huffman, and me, Tommy C. with Shot from the Point Live, the week in review of hockey, the most edgy, wacky, epic hockey show on the planet. Just ask Jeff. Yeah, see? That really is great, that sound effect.
I am dominating.
Sure fucking are, Jeff. You sure are. Tonight in the National Hockey League, why does that look so shitty? I don't get that at all. That's ridiculous. All right, tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York Rangers versus New York Islanders. A derby, as they say over here. They don't have rivalries in soccer in Europe. They have derbies. A derby.
a Pinewood derby.
Pinewood
It's
derby.
not Pinewood, I don't care. Yeah.
A Pinewood derby. A Pinewood derby, exactly.
That's right. It's called the Down the Hill Show with Tommy C.
Pinewood derby. That's too funny, man. The Arizona Coyotes take on the Philadelphia Flyers. Winnipeg Jets are in Pittsburgh. That might be an interesting game. The Washington Capitals take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. The Tampa Bay Lightning are... Yeah, Tampa Bay Lightning. Why did I almost said something else. I don't know what the hell that means. The Tampa Bay Lightning are in Carolina. Dallas Stars in Have Country. And the Detroit Red Wings take on the Cats. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people in there to see the Detroit Red Wings in Florida, right, Jake?
Yeah, I'm sure everyone in Florida's jonesing to see their Panthers after the All-Star break.
Well, they got out. Ekblad had a lot of big spots for them during the thing. I noticed that they really featured Aaron Ekblad a lot in the draft and the skills competition. So he's definitely some future there, but it's probably going to be in Quebec. Colorado Avalanche take on the Nashville Predators, the best team in hockey. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The Buffalo Connor McDavid sweepstakes, who suck, and fans have no fucking sense of humor, from Lafayette to goddamn upstate New York, take on the Calgary Flames. 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, Minnesota North Stars versus the Edmonton Oilers. And late night game, the Anaheim Mighty Punks take on the Vancouver Canucks. Thank you very much, Jake Link, for showing up and doing a special. Are you snowed in tomorrow, too? Are you going to work tomorrow?
I gotta go to work tomorrow.
You going to work tomorrow?
I can't milk this thing that much.
Yeah, I guess you're right. And
We only
thank
got 8
you,
inches, so.
my regular in the crease partner, always in the crease trying to tuck one on me, screen me.
Yeah.
Because you're big.
Love that crease. I
That
love
was
your
delivered.
crease.
Yeah, get out of my crease. How about that? That's right. Get out of my crease! We didn't talk about Matt once.